Alright, hey guys, this is Marbos TCG back with another deck profile. This deck profile is going to be Gladiator Beast. And yeah, we're just going to start right away uh, with the main deck. So for the main deck here, the three main like Gladiator Beast monsters that you're going to be summoning out, or that you're really going to focus a lot on, are Gladiator Beast Ondo. This is the only Gladiator Beast in the main deck that you run 3 copies of, if I'm correct. But yeah, this is the main target you're going to want to go for. It's the best way to get out your Test Panther. And so it's going to be your main one to summon here. And I'm going to show you guys like the main way I go about summoning it. And for the 2 copies, I run Bestiari. Bestiari, you know, like a long time ago, it used to be a really good card just because it was able to pop a card, pop a spell or trap on summon, and it's still really good, and it comes in handy. Mainly, it being a winged beast is what's like the really good and useful part of him. But yeah, the occasional like pop a spell or trap comes in handy here and there, and yeah, he's good to have. The other winged beast that you run 2 copies of is Gladiator Beast Augustus. So Augustus here is really good just because with him you're able to special summon, you know, a Gladiator Beast monster that has that's higher level than, and you're just able to. Well, you typically gonna want to go for a Gladiator Beast to special summon one that is pretty high level, because that's usually where you're gonna need to summon your bigger Gladiator Beast monsters, such as the Tamer. But yeah, besides that, the rest of them are one-ofs. So, Gladiator Beast, the quest, just to continue with the Winged Beast. This card is just a really good Gladiator Beast card. It comes in handy here and there, but the main thing about it is that, you know, you can get a Gladiator Beast card, add it back to your hand. It comes in handy here and there. It's not like super useful to always have, but the moments that it's there, it's really useful to have. So Vespasius, really, it's not that great of a card to have. I think it's cool, and it's being a level 7 is really useful, because that's where you're gonna need to get Tamer, and just having another target for that, it's just useful to have. But yeah, he's not like crazy, like good or anything. And Noxius here, again, he's okay. He occasionally like he stops like a direct attack. Just for 1 attack though, I think it should be where he's just like indestructible from like battle for that turn that he summoned. But you know, you can't have that, and so we're just gonna keep it the way it is. But yeah, he's good to have. He comes in. He's been useful to me a few times, but mainly he's just there because he's a level 5. But yeah, Gladiator Beast Adarix. Adarix is decent. It just becomes one of the bigger ones. Usually you're just going to summon Adarix so you could dump the Vespasius, or well, mainly the Vespasius, because he's not really useful to have like at all pretty much. So Vespasius is usually going to be your go-to name, and just so you can have the name and level of him, and yeah, and just have it in Adarix. So now for non-Gladiator Beast, actually I have one more Gladiator Beast, which is Darius. He comes in handy here and there. Mainly, you're gonna want him to summon the generic Gladiator Beast fusion monster. He's just that's gonna be his main role. He comes in. I don't really use him a lot, but he's just a good one of. But yeah, for non-Gladiator Beasts, you're gonna want to have 3 Test Tigers. Test Tiger is really good just because with Test Panther, you only need 1 Gladiator Beast monster, and the other monster can be anything else. So that's how you usually go with Test Tiger and 1 Gladiator Beast, and you know, Test Tiger can special summon itself. So it's just useful for that reason, and having 3 copies is a go-to for me. I know some people run 2 copies, but I think 3 copies is really good. 3 Rescue Rabbits is a must. You're going to want to have Rescue Rabbit in your opening hand. That's usually like the best thing that you can get. Just because with Rescue Rabbit alone, you can get 2 Ondos, and then with that, you can link them and get Test Tiger or Test Panther, and then go with plays from there. And then 1 Barrier Statue. This thing is you're just gonna get this out of some morgue. You don't really want to draw it. You just want to get it when you have some morgue. It becomes a decent wad that's difficult for people to get out of, just because wind monsters are pretty rare. And they're just gonna have to destroy it in order to get rid of it. And if you can establish like protection, and I'll show you guys which fusion monsters usually establish that protection. You're gonna establish that, and then with the Berry Statue of the Stormwinds, you're gonna be pretty well off. But yeah, that's it for the monsters. I'm gonna go to the spells now. Okay, so for the spells, your main Gladiator Beast card, spell card here, is Gladiator Beast Comeback. This card is just really good, just because if you're able to send Tamer to the grave, you're just able to recycle it over and over. It's not a once per turn. It's not a once per turn effect, as you guys can see. It doesn't say anything about it being once per turn. So with that, you're just able to abuse it, and it can't be destroyed by battle. And a lot of people seem to forget that that's like an extra bonus with it. That comes in handy here and there if people aren't paying attention. The next 3 copy that you're gonna want to go with is Gladiator Proving Ground here. Gladiator Proving Ground is just search. It's just a search card. Add 1 level for a lower Gladiator Beast card. It's good to have. It comes in handy. I usually use this to get like an Ondo if I'm going for a certain play with like Link Spider or something. It's a good card to have if you need a specific Gladiator Beast as low 4, lower only. You're able to search it out. Gladiator Rejection is like the weaker one of these, but it still has like its own row. It comes in handy a lot. Gladiator Rejection is able to it makes all your Gladiator Beasts untargetable, and it also makes it where if you use if a Gladiator Beast is special summon from the deck, you're able to get a bonus Gladiator Beast from it. So it comes in handy a lot. It's just a cool card to have there. But sometimes it's a little hard to get it going. But once you get it going, then it really gets going. So, for the non-Gladiator Beast cards here, I have 3 Dark Ruler No More. So Dark Ruler No More is just, if you're going second and they establish a field, it's going to be really difficult for you to get rid of the field. Just because Gladiator Beast struggles with that. They don't have a lot of cards to deal with boards that are kind of indestructible. So Dark Ruler No More is just a card where they can't respond to it. You just activate it, boom. Now they can't. Now their monster's effects are negated. You're not able to deal damage that turn, but that's fine because really you would have lost if they have a really good field. And Dark Ruler No More can kind of give you a chance there to set up your own field. 3 copies of Unexpected Die. This is of course a given. Since you're going to want to special summon a low 4 lower monster from your deck, which is going to be the Ondo. So usually you're going to want to go with Ondo with this, and then summon another Gladiator Beast, and then go for the Test Panther. And so the rest are going to be one-ofs here. So Mind Control is really good. It's a really good tech card to have here. If you're going second, you go Dark Ruler No More. Now their special, their effects that might stop Mind Control are negated. You can go Mind Control, take one of their monsters, summon a Gladiator Beast, because remember, for Test Panther, you only need 1 Gladiator Beast, and then go to Test Panther with one of their monsters. So now you just got rid of one of their monsters with Mind Control. With Mind Control and Test Panther. So yeah, Mind Control is a really good card to have in here. It's an interesting tech, and yeah. And Monster Reborn is an interesting card because it's kind of... What's cool about it is that it's similar to the Gladiator Beast Comeback, but you're also able to use your opponent's monsters if it comes in handy. It's just a good card to have just because it doesn't negate their effects when they're summoned, and you're gonna really want that, especially with Tamer. Upstart Goblin, draw the extra card. It's worth it, even if they gain 1,000 life points. These 2 cards here, they do the same thing, Living Fossil and World Legacy Succession. You're just going to want to summon one of your Gladiator Beasts from the grave, because really the only tough part is that you're going to want to have 2, well, not 2 Gladiator Beasts, but it's typically going to be 2 Gladiator Beasts to go to Test Panther, because that's going to be your main goal. You're going to try to get Test Panther out. So yeah, this is good to have. They come in handy a lot. And then the one called By the Grave, because this is a combo deck, and if they have if they stop the Test Panther, then it's really tough for you to get going, because that's really your choke point. And if people know that, it becomes really hard to win with that. So yeah, one called by the grave for now, and yeah, it's gonna be for the spells and traps, and for the spells and for the traps, it's just one trap here, which a lot of people don't run, but I like running it. Gladiator Beast War Chariot is just really good. There you go. When an effect monster's effect is activated, if you control a face of Gladiator Beast, negate it and destroy it. It's just a counter trap, negate monster effect. Good. I think it's really good to have. It's up to you if you think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. But yeah, test other cards. See, maybe you want. I think previously I had 3 Gladiator Rejection, but I found that Gladiator Beast War Chariot was just better card to have overall, and became more useful overall. But yeah. I'm gonna go to the extra deck now. Alright guys, so for the extra deck, the main Gladiator Beast that like you're gonna be summoning is gonna be Gladiator Beast Tamer Editor, because you just need 2 level 5 or higher Gladiator Beasts, and it lets you cheat out 1 Gladiator Beast from your extra deck, and this is just really useful. This card made where Gladiator Beasts can appear broken, but getting to that point it's pretty difficult. But once you get it off, it's really useful. And Tamer Editor is just able to be recycled. If you're able to keep on pitching Tamer Editor to the grave, and then use like the Gladiator Beast card that lets you bring them back, Gladiator Beast Comeback here. If you use Comeback to bring him back, you're going to be able to abuse the effect over and over. But yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's see. So two of the new Gladiator Beasts is Gladiator Beast Damatanus. He's really good. I think he looks really cool too. I think it's a cool addition to the Gladiator Beast. He's something that Gladiator Beast needed. Negate monster effects. His summoning conditions is pretty difficult, but thankfully with Gladiator Beast Tamer Editor, you're just able to cheat one out. So you go Tamer Editor, cheat out Damatanus, and yeah, and then from there you just have protection. So Damatanus redirects attacks, and he also negates a monster effect. So the thing that I usually go for around here is what I was talking about when, let me just find the barrier statue, which is right there. So once you summon the barrier statue, you're gonna want to have Damatanus out, just because Damatanus can stop. If they try to attack it, you can just redirect any attacks that they try to do to him, and if they try to use the monster effect to destroy it, you can negate it. So it's just a really good combo to have with him. And another one, if you're able to do this, then you're really well off, because Heraclinos here is able to negate spells and traps up to as many cards that you're able or wanting to discard. So having these two out, negating monster effects and negating spells and traps is just really good to have. And then imagine having Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds. Now they can't summon any monster except for Wind Monster. So it's going to be really difficult for them to get over like these 3 cards right here. And not only that, if they don't get rid of your Tamer Editor, then you're going to be able to summon another one of these. But yeah, so this is really going to be one of your go-tos plays. You're going to try to go for this. This is going to be like your winning play if you're able to get it off. But if not, there's still other plays you can do there. Gladiator Beast Esadarium. So this is just a generic level 5 Gladiator Beast monster. It's really good, mainly just because it's just a level 5 Gladiator Beast monster, and you're going to want that. Now, sometimes you get 2 level 4 Gladiator Beasts or level 4 or lower Gladiator Beasts that you're just not able to do anything with. Like with Darius, where you get a Gladiator Beast from your grave. But with that, you can just fuse them into Esadari. And then when you get Esadari and you have another Gladiator Beast that's level 5 or higher, you can get Tamer Editor, and from there you can do plays. So Esadari was just way more useful to me than having 2 of Geyseris. I had 2 Geyseris. Geyseris is really good. Being able to pop 2 cards comes in handy a lot, but having one Esadari and 1 Geyseris just seems to be a better combo. It's up to you guys if you want to test having 2 Geyseris, because Geyseris is a really good card to have, so I can see why. But I just see that I'm able to recycle Geyseris a good amount, where I don't really have to have 2 copies of him. It would be nice to have, but I can't fit it in here. But yeah, that's up to you guys to decide. So as for the Link monsters, I have one Link Spider. Link Spider's really good. One Normal monster. And then you're able to special summon a level 4 lower normal monster. So you can summon one Ondo, go to Link Spider, and then Link Spider special summon another Ondo onto its arrow, and from there you can go with the Test Panther. Which, speaking of which, I run the 2 Test Panthers. Obviously, this card is your main like engine, as you're able to search out a Gladiator Beast card with it, and it also lets you shuffle one of your Gladiator Beast monsters that it's pointing to, and then get another one, and it counts as like triggering its effect. So it's a really good card. Test Panther is going to be your go-to every time you start playing. You're going to want to go Test Panther right away, because that's usually going to be the better play, no matter what. IP Masquerena. Haven't really been able to use it much, but I mean it might come in handy here and there. You guys might want to like change it. It's up to you. But it's came in handy for me here and there, where I've been able to summon like Unicorn to bounce something. Again, Unicorn and IP Masquerena haven't come in handy like too much, but they are good to have, and they do have their moments. And then Appaloosa, occasionally I was able to summon an Appaloosa and then be able to negate some things, but it's not going to be one of your go-to plays, but it's a nice play to have there. And then Draco Master of the Tenyi, he's been a good card to have here. So mainly what he does, he can't be destroyed by battle with an effect monster. And then if you control no other effect monsters, you can destroy effect monster your opponent control up to the number of non-effect monsters you control. And in your graveyard, he comes in handy as a Link 3. He's useful to have there. But your main Link monster that I always seem to try to go for is going to be Simorgh, Bird of Sovereignty. Simorgh, I think maybe not everybody knows what Simorgh does, but at the end of the turn, you get a Winged Beast. And what's cool about this is that you get a Winged Beast. And what's cool about this is that you're typically want to cheat out the barrier statue of the Stormwinds here, and that's how you usually set up like these plays. But I've had times where people, once I've done the Simorgh Stormwind thing, they weren't able to get past it, and after I did that, I was just able to cheat out like an extra Bestiari. And then people don't realize that there's other Winged Beasts in the deck that you could summon, Bestiari, Quest. But yeah, there's like other options if they're not able to get over it. So it's just a way to pressure them, continuing forward. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the deck profile, guys. If you guys want to see test hands for this or live duels, just let us know. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.